Hi guys, Bold here once again. We're gonna continue with our WARNO content, and we got a pretty fun 3v3 going here. This is an in-house, meaning people on a Discord come together and play some games. And speaking of Discord, check out the link in the description to join the Discord. It should work. We have games on the regular, and people are very helpful. They will help you, decide or help you build your deck, or give you tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. So we're really a healthy Discord so far. So yeah, feel free to join. Hit me up, DM me if you want. We can get some games going together. But yeah, other than that, just sit back and enjoy. So we got a 3 vs 3, as I said, in-house game. We got Mombi, Lawless, and Panda versus Doinkless, which is me, Warlord, and Zeke. And we're going to be playing as the Warsaw Pact. Yours truly is playing as the 119. The 119. Really fun battle group to play with. Really powerful. And just a ton of fun. I do need to make a couple of adjustments to it. For example, I don't have any ATGM infantry in there, but we have ATGM tanks. So I try to play it a little bit differently, kind of compensate by, with certain units when I don't go for other units, and that way try to just spice it up a little bit. So Zeke on the left playing as the 35th, we had Warlord on the far right as 79, and I got the 119, and we're gonna have a ton of fun here. So let's just see how this goes. In the beginning, I do play it quite, let's say, conservative. So we play it nice and safe. We just capture the zones, get like a recon all across the front line, and after that we decide what we could do in terms of attack. People usually rush it a little bit, a little bit too much, and then they end up losing a lot of units for no reason. We have an opening jet already. Mombi on the left side here, M113's Aufklärer. Unloading the recon. Mi-24 is gonna definitely do some nasty things to those guys. And on the left side, it is quite difficult to play because the line of sight isn't perfect. Like, it's not a flat terrain. We have to be quite knowledgeable of the map here. A really aggressive push by Zeke here. One singular Mi-24 and the lack of anti-air up on the front line definitely made that quite a painful environment. Mi-24, the rocket variant with 122mm rockets, just devastating. Roland really not gonna do much, especially because it has a reload time after a salvo of 2. So yeah, there's that. Now let's go into neutral mode real quick. Over here we have our Resvatka, Sapri, and Spetsnaz going into the forest just to hold. Warlord has a GRU over there, and he's moving up a lot of BMP-1 PGs with meta squads and a T-80 BVK command. And he has a T-80 BVIZD and a couple of Strela Tandems moving to the right. Nice amount of supplies as well, and an Mi-2 recon. So Zeke is helping with the commands. He's getting his command over to this sector, which is Bravo. And I am basically just creating a nice line of units. So we have Manpads, Tunguska, Manpads, recon on the flank, a good tank. We're getting some more infantry. This is how I like to do it, just well thought out front line. And if you just compare the front lines, you can see that there's a gap here. There's quite a bit of a gap here. Meanwhile, we have kind of a mixture of units all across, and that is what you want to aim for. I'm not saying that Panda is playing badly or something, it's just a small observation. He's doing really good, actually. Now, Mi-24 and Mi-24V, the K and V are damaged. I would recommend whenever that happens, just fall back. Get a nice little supply truck for that. Ooh, 2A3 getting SU-25, that is painful. Roland hit once. Even if it hits again, it's not going to kill it. Because it's armored, and it's only 2 salvos. Now on the right side we have Metis teams moving in. Definitely not a good idea by Dongas to move in warriors into 3 ATGM infantry, or infantry that has ATGMs. Because Metis are good, man. Good accuracy on those things, 55%. Their quick aim time and reload time and all that. Singular APCs are not really gonna do much, especially due to the autocannon mistake Eugen made. I would just not move any vehicles up to ATGM infantry. We're seeing a couple of gun groups. 4-man squads with assault rifles and 2 light machine guns. Not a bad idea, but again, with the APCs, they're just gonna get trashed. Another tip, when you do have infantry with the IFE trait, such as these guys, keep the IFE alive to give him that trait, because if it's not within the sphere of influence, they actually don't get the IFE trait, which helps them with, you know, taking on less suppression. So you're just kind of wasting that trait. You could have gone for something else. So Metis out in the open together. Ooh, we got a good kill there by my SU-27s. But Metis out in the open doing surprisingly well. Challenger Mark II just within gun range, so he's being kept nice and safe behind there. We got an SU-24 coming in. Oh my god, that just annihilated everything. That was disgusting. Metis teams have almost moved into these buildings. There's only javelins there. No regular fighting infantry, so that is quite risky. And meanwhile, we have our Spetsnaz and Sapries battling it out against Mr. Dongless's Terriers. So we're kind of 2v1ing a little bit here, but nothing too crazy. Mi-24K being called in by me. We have a nice kind of arc into this area. It's a nice slope, so line of sight is actually pretty good. And we can deal quite a bit of damage. And the Sapries, you gotta get them close to within 150 meters. So that's why we're kind of running them up there. And then we're basically just gonna right click and get that satchel going. SU-27 destroyed. We lost one of our planes. Probably due to... I'm not quite sure. All the stingers here. And in the meantime, we have some fire teams on our left side. So, on our far left, things are looking quite... Jesus. Did you guys hear that? I don't know what the hell that was about, but things are looking quite bad on the left. Or blue, for NATO. My throat just clogged up, and this is what happens when I drink too much coffee, but you guys are supplying the coffee by becoming a patron, so... I'm gonna keep slurping that black gold, okay? Anyways. Yeah, left side is looking quite intense. Spetsnaz and Desanikis in the forest, definitely a good combo. Not good to encounter by Mombi, but he can't really do much about it. Leopard 1A1's being bought. Metis definitely would be a problem, but they're out of ammo. The Mi-24 is actually doing really, really good work. Look at that. Leopard 2A3 destroyed just like that. Leopard 1A1 absolutely collapsed. And this thing is out of ammo. E44 coming in. 85mm. He is using the smoke of the tanks to move into a safe environment. That is... Now that is what I'm talking about. That's micro right there, baby. Good job, Zeke. And now it is unloaded. The smoke is gone. Let's see if they actually manage to do anything. Moving into a safe zone. Gonna open up here in just a second. Ooh, beautiful. Do we get a 2-for-2? I bet it's gonna one-tap this. Oh, come on. Yeah, the Resvedka got it. Let's go over to the middle again. We have pushed into the zone just briefly with a command. And upon encountering the Itos, we get our Musta artillery on top of those guys, and we actually clap an Ito just like that. The other one was targeting M150. We have our TADUD with the reflex ATGMs going forward too. There's still one toe over there and one on the right side, so we still gotta watch out. Oh yeah, this is a super heavy tank, one of the strongest in the game, 21 front armor and ERA, so 12 HP with 21 front armor. That is insane. So that's why I'm playing quite aggressive with it. And that's why I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AA pieces with one on the way, and we have our SE-27s. So on the right side, things haven't moved much, but that E80 just clapped a Challenger. Really good work by Warlord here. GRU is in a beautiful position to spot everything. And now the Metis teams are encountering Javelins, which they really don't care about. And that is going to be a thorn in Dongless's side there. 3 fresh BMPs moving in. That is a beautiful sight to behold. Look at that. I do try to zoom in more for you guys, but Since I'm just usually playing like this, it's hard for me to kind of snap out of it and zoom in. But yeah, again, as I said, T80BV or T80UD has so much armor and ERA, so health, that I play super aggressive with it and just soak the 80 gems and then snipe them with the artillery. But the M150 really isn't a huge problem, just 16 AP on that, but the Ito with the 20 AP, that's what I want to target. So we get the tank on that, and we just eat the 80 gems. It's gonna be fine. I'm really not worried about that one. So 3 Metis teams, 2 of the BMP-1 PGs got wrecked. The 80 is still out and about. Challenger has no line of sight because Dongus has no recon whatsoever. That is his biggest mistake here. There's not a single recon. Yeah. No, that is definitely the mistake here, Dongus. You don't see any of these units. Also, I'm not seeing any artillery being used by anyone, and both good and a bad thing. Like, you don't want to spam in an in-house, you know, it's just not nice. We want to keep it a nice gentleman's game. But, you know, it's just go for it sometimes. Sometimes you just want to use a little bit of artillery, you know, just to soften up the enemy there. There's a lot of support units here. So we see manpads, PVADs, toes, dragon teams, supplies, recon. A lot. But Panda is not moving his tanks in there. So he's trying to keep this the way it is, just to keep our units the way they are. But then moving into the flank. So we see a lot of infantry moving into this forest here. We have our Sapri here that is rearming. Mi-24K that is chilling. There are stingers in the back. So we have to watch out. We call in another Mi-24. AT variant this time. But we are almost ready for a push. We have 4 BMP-1 PGs. We have our artillery queued to smoke. So we have 4 Mustas. And we're basically going to keep them ready to battle or batter this entire line of enemies. T80UD is going back to the front line. He's basically chilling. And on the right side we have Metis teams in pretty much every building here. And there's still not a single recon unit. Okay, nope, there's one. But it's not Dongus's. Dongus is not buying any recon. And that's when you get this kind of stuff. The Metis are just going to clap without the challengers even seeing anything. There we go. Panda has now brought in OH-58. Well, there goes that challenger almost. And that is nasty. Yeah, tanks being... This is definitely a war game strategy here. And there goes that challenger. You want to use infantry up front, tanks in the back, and just have recon saturating the front line. So at this point, we start our attack here. We just smoke off the buildings where we saw things fly out of in the beginning. We have our T80UD targeting that Ito now. That guy just needs to go. We do take a hit, but it's fine. 1 HP only. And there she goes. That guy is now wrecked, basically. Now over here, we do take a lot of damage from all these engineer flash. Definitely not going to be too fun, but we do have a Spetsnaz here as well. Hopefully that does the trick. 2 Chaparrals versus a lone Mi-24. Very unfortunate to see that. But upon seeing our attack, Foreskin, my god dude, that nickname, brother. Panda is now moving his 2 M1A1s. Try to cut us off. But we expect that. We have our helicopters now coming in beautifully. We have another tank here that is going to be able to hold against that. Ooh, beautiful side shot on that guy. Is that a side shot or a rear shot? That was a side shot. Another good hit there. And with the help of these 3 helicopters and our infantry that we moved into the flank, these guys aren't really going to be a problem. Some of these also have 80 gems, as you can see. They're doing quite a bit of damage. We got the Mi-24V with the Kokon, and there goes 1 tank. Now over here, huge push. The MP1 PGs doing really good with the PKT mainly and the big gun. Since autocannons are a bit bugged, I try to use the bigger guns just to have it more useful. Oh yeah, beautiful firing cover or fire support by the T80s here. They're basically just keeping the Dangerous units stunned. Now the Ito once again on the UD, only gonna do 1 HP damage. Literally does not have enough AT gems to kill it. You would need 2 of these guys, and they would need to hit every single shot on the front to destroy a UD. Now we might lose one of these AA pieces, I'm not quite sure if we did, but our infantry is getting in there, Motostreliky is moving up. And they have now reached the first buildings. These tanks, they would have been a problem if they managed to move in. But the helicopters have been chilling. So we get some supply helis, we get our helicopters rearmed, and we fly them out again. We have an artillery strike moving in onto this building, just to clean that up. And we destroy the Stinger team there. And we destroy the Apache with all of the AA that we have. Which is quite abundant. On the right side, Warlord is doing really good. Motostreliky is moving in, the MP2 is moving through the forest, gun groups don't have AT weapons. That is perfectly viable. And Panda, still no recon. Yeah, still no recon by Panda. That is the... yeah, that definitely made him lose that fight the entire time. Whereas Warlord sees absolutely everything because of this one Spetsnaz. Look at that. At that point, it's just... it's a turkey shoot. Like, we see a lot of their units. Like, the recon I have up on the front line is seeing absolutely everything. Whereas Mr. Panda only sees units that are out in the open and nothing on the front line. We're gonna keep it back in, put it back in neutral mode. We do notice an AT gem is coming out of there. That's a TOW 2. That could be a problem for the UD, but it misses, and honestly, that would have probably killed it. Let's see if this one does it. Ooh, nope, that's a front shot, actually. Okay. Yeah, that was a front hit. But now we're in this blind spot. Man, that was lucky as hell. Wait, where's that AT gem going? Okay, I was gonna say, that was kind of weird. But yeah, that arguably that would have been a side shot, in my opinion. But I couldn't tell. So TDU, we're just moving that guy in just to do some damage here. There's no AT weapons there. But we noticed earlier that he only had flash units. We're not really too scared about that. Yep, there you go. TOW 2 hit. Huge amount of damage. 2 HP left on that guy. If it hits again, there goes that UD. Ooh, good miss. We're just trying to rush it with this TDU there. Meanwhile, right side, still a turkey shoot, just ATGM galore. But again, that's Dongless' mistake for not having recon, or using fire support, like artillery. There's an M109 kinda just chilling. So we had quite a supply situation going on here. But we moved it right on time, because there is artillery aiming at it as we speak. So we just quickly rearm and then fly away. That's all we do. Now Spetsnaz, 2 of these guys are gonna clean up that forest. RPO's just going crazy. And we have our TADU on the front line as well. Mi-24 is going at it. There's 1 Stinger and 1 Chaparral left to deal with. It misses once already, and that means reload time. So I just moved this guy in aggressively at this point. Ooh, Chaparral got missed. There we go. Stinger missed again. That is very unfortunate. ATGM going for the BK or BBK. That's just a regular TOW, so that's really not going to do much damage either. There goes that Stinger team. I believe the Chaparral, yep, is out of ammo as well. Also a lack of supplies is being quite painful here for NATO. There we go. Spetsnaz are holding it against engineers. Not really any issues. Yeah, Warlord sees absolutely everything, whereas Panda only sees units that he is in contact with. That is really the big difference when you have solid recon. So good job to Warlord. Left has just been kind of a meat grinder, it seems. Mombi did make a good comeback here. He would have probably pushed him out if we had another 10 minutes or so. But in general, really good game. We actually got the most kills. I was surprised by that. Least losses too. I'll take that. But yeah, that was a really good match. SU-27s, not the best, but also definitely not the worst. Pretty good planes. You want to use them in couples, I would say. The Musta did really good just to suppress the enemy. TDU, man. The TDU and UD just did insane work. And especially the helicopters for fire support. We lost the most to, it seems, well, the M1A1. But definitely the AA did some damage on the Mi-24s. And we lost one plane to the the PVADs, it seems. Okay. Ooh, and LRS was used. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, really good match. I really enjoyed it. Again, if you want to get some games going with me or other members on the Discord, please do join the Discord and just hit us up, and we'll try to get some games organized. With that said, I hope to see you in the next one, or on the Discord. Take care.